I'm gonna send this to Guitar69 and see how they think about it. I'm always here. Oh, you're here, lol. I thought you weren't. What do you think? Or do you want eyes? Should I change it? We're here for some constructive criticism. Constructive feedback. A little bit darker and closer towards the nose. Okay.
Hey, what is up guys? Guitar Rock here. Welcome back to another Genshin Impact video. Alright, today's video we're gonna talk a little bit about the upcoming banner. So Rosaria is the new character alongside with Childe. Alright, so these two will be exclusive in the next upcoming banner, and of course there's a lot of talks regarding the other two, which is Barbara and Fischl, and a lot of players have been obtaining them for months or for weeks now over the course of the past few banners, right? Because they have appeared quite a number of times. The thing is, I know a lot of players have C6 Barbara and C6 Fischl. They are very afraid of this banner because the chance of you getting Rosaria is so slim. You might end up getting a bunch of Barbaras and Fischls along the way, or Childe along the way. So let's talk a little bit about the characters as a whole. Alright, so Childe, Rosaria, Barbara and Fischl. Now regarding all of them, right here is stated that Childe is the only event exclusive 5-star character. Rosaria, Barbara and Fischl, they will have a huge drop rate boost, and Rosaria will be added to the standard wish in version 1.5. But here's the thing, a lot of people have been reading these words, sentences, and they'll be like, oh okay, so I don't have to pull Rosaria right now, I can pull her later. But that's the thing though, standard wish is so widespread right now. There's like literally everyone in there, so the chance of you getting Rosaria specifically from the standard banner is going to be really low. So if you want to pull for Rosaria, like this is the standard banner, right? Have a look at the details and you will know what I'm talking about. So these are the 4 stars that you can obtain from the standard banner: characters, weapons, and they are adding Rosaria in here. Right now currently we have 17 times 2, I just counted that, 17 times 2, so 34 weapons and characters. Alright, so these are all 4 stars, plus Rosaria will be 35, so you have a 1 in the 35 chance to obtain Rosaria if you want her specifically. That is going to be very slim, so I'm not sure when Rosaria will return. Probably she's not going to return in a while, but if you don't care about Rosaria, I think saving for 1.5 is the ideal way to go. Alright, let's talk about Barbara and Fischl for a bit. Now, I do have a Fischl C6 for sure, and it's very risky for someone like me as well. Alright, so that's my Fischl. So I have yet to unlock the last constellation. I think that is going to be pretty game changing. I'm still waiting for a video to make that video. I hope I'll try to find time to do it this week. But C1 Fischl is not that good for most Fischl players unless you intend to make your Fischl specifically DPS. Alright, if you want to make your Fischl DPS, then go ahead. But as a support Fischl, this will be irrelevant because it's just that whenever your Fischl hits the enemy with her attacks, auto attacks, she will deal extra damage from the Oz even though Oz is not out on the field, right? Now C2 is pretty okay, it's pretty alright. Alright, there's an extra AoE here, 200% attack as damage. Now C4, you're going to be able to deal more electro damage, and there's a bit of regeneration for Fischl. But C6 ultimately is the game-changing constellation for her, because even if Oz is not on the battlefield, right, he will be able to perform joint attacks with your active character, alright, dealing 30% of Fischl's attack as electro damage. So a lot of Hydro characters can pair with C6 Fischl to try to do some crazy combo, crazy reactions right there. Alright, going into Barbara, which is my least favorite character in the game, unfortunately. Alright, so we have C1, which gives her energy, which is really helpful if you ask me, considering that Barbara does not regenerate or generate energy particles for anyone at all. Alright, whenever she uses elemental skill or elemental burst. C2 is pretty alright if you are trying to lean towards the DPS side, because it does give 15% hydro damage bonus to the active character. So of course if you have like Xingqiu or Childe, this is good I guess. And then going to C4, every opponent Barbara hits, this will regenerates 1 energy for her. This is only if your Barbara uses charge attacks, of course. And C6 Barbara will have the ability to revive a fallen character. I would say that's a pretty good character. I would say that's a pretty good constellation to have in Spiral Abyss. If you're just going to obtain Rosaria at C0, I think it's fine. But yeah, the chance of that happening is really slim. So let's talk about Childe for a bit, because I think for a lot of players, they want to know regarding Childe, and Childe has a very unique mixed review right now. Now, Childe without constellation is really finicky, and I wouldn't say that he's bad, it's just that you have to know how to play around him, right? Because you have multiple other characters, and a lot of new players, or maybe some intermediate players, they have this concept that you should have 1 main DPS and 3 support, right? But for a lot of endgame players, most players will have at least 2 to 3 DPS in one team, and it makes more sense that way, so that you can mitigate the limitation of your other DPS characters, and also you can have multiple enemies that you can fight against, because you might have one particular element that's weak against the main enemy that you're trying to fight against or tackle against. So in Childe's case, right, since he is very reliant on his melee stance, whenever he switches forms, alright, he will enter cooldown for his elemental skill. Alright, in this case, his ability to switch forms from range stance to melee stance. So that is probably the biggest issue right here. And if you look at C6, right, it sort of fixed that issue, because you can switch his forms almost instantly, right? So yeah, if you look at him that way, sure, he might not be as strong. And ideally, you want to use Childe in melee stance, because that's where he's the strongest. The problem is, once that skill goes into cooldown, in that like 30 seconds or so, you need to swap to someone else to substitute him to be able to deal damage, and a lot of players see that as a disadvantage. For me, I don't think it's that big of a deal if you have multiple characters. Like if you've been playing the game since day one, that shouldn't be a problem. But of course, if you're slightly on the newer side, Childe is not like a beginner friendly kind of character compared to a lot of other 5 stars out there like Diluc or Xiao or Ganyu. So that's just what I think. I will try to pull for him, but I won't push too much towards him. My objective is still gonna be Rosaria. I will try my best to try and get Rosaria. But ultimately, if I get Childe, it's whatever, I'll slowly build him up. I don't really have plans for him, or I don't have like preparations for him yet, because I don't think I can afford to build 2 characters at the same time. Rosaria and Childe at the same time is gonna be quite expensive. Yeah, we'll see what happens. But for now, looking at this banner, I'm gonna say if you don't need Rosaria or Childe, just skip. Just wait for 1.5 or a better banner to come next time. The risk of getting a Barbara or more Fischl, it might actually haunt you if you are a free to play. So it's something that you want to keep in mind. Alright, let's have a look at this one. Alright, this is the weapon banner. So of course we have Skyward Hub, Lost Prayer to the Sacred Winds. So if you have characters that could benefit from either one of these weapons, then this is a good banner to pull for. I actually like this banner a lot. Skyward Hub is pretty decent bow, and then of course the Lost Prayer is a pretty good book as well. And then they include one new weapon. In this case, it's called the Alley Hunter. It's a bow. So Alley Hunter is a 4-star exclusive weapon. Alright, so event exclusive weapon will not be available in the standard wish. Okay, so if you want to obtain this 4-star weapon Alley Hunter, you might have to pull for the weapon banner. So let's have a look at what this weapon does. So at level 90 refinement rank 1, 565 base attack, and it gives attack percent. So it's a pretty good ability right here, while the character equipped with this weapon is in the party but not on the field. So that means you can have someone equipping this but you don't use them yet. Their damage increases by 2% every second up to a max of 20%. So when the character is on the field for more than 4 seconds, the aforementioned damage buff decreases by 4% per second until it reaches 0%. So this is actually a very good ability. Number one, it increases damage. It's not attack, it's damage. That means that all the sources of the damage will be increased, including elemental damage, physical, everything. Alright, so 20% damage is a lot, and this is from a refinement rank 1 point of view. I'm not sure what this will go to. At refinement rank 5, it might go up to 40%. I'm not surprised if it does. Alright, so it's a pretty broken bow if you are looking to build someone like... Almost anyone can use this weapon. I think Venti, Childe, Fischl, or even Amber. I don't think it's that good for Diona, because I think Diona is better off having Sacrificial of Evonius for the energy recharge. I would say not the best banners for these two, but I'm still gonna try to risk for Rosaria. I hope that I can get her, and I wish everybody good luck to try to obtain Rosaria. As for the weapon, I think it's a bit risky because there's only one exclusive weapon right here. The rest are Favonius weapons, which I'm not so keen on, as Sacrificial Greatsword, which I already have 2 copies of. So I'm not a big fan of this particular banner. Alright, so that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Are you guys gonna risk trying to pull for Childe, or are you guys gonna try to get the 4-star weapon? Let me know in the comments below. As always, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, give this video a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a nice day. Goodbye.